Hello everyone, in this video I will be showing you how to take Link Light Rail in the Seattle region. So right now I am at the South Bellevue Station Bus Plaza, and let's get started. So there are a few easy steps, but the first step is to pay. Now as you can see here, we have a proof of payment feature, which basically means you can walk across without doing anything. But the first step would be to locate an Orca machine. Now, if you already have an Orca card, you can tap it on one of the Orca readers. If not, then you can purchase an Orca card or a one-time use ticket. To purchase a one-time use ticket, you can choose a one-way ticket or a round-trip ticket. For an Orca card, you can buy a new Orca card or load your current Orca card here. If you are looking for maps, look around the Orca vending machine and you should be able to find an area map of the station, including bus bays, or a map of the Link Light Rail system. Now, I'm currently standing at the South Bellevue Link Light Rail station. Now, the 2 line hasn't quite opened to Seattle yet, but hopefully that'll happen sometime near 2026. So now once you have your Orca card, go ahead and tap it on one of the Orca readers on each side of the fare zone. And this station is an elevated station, so we're gonna go up the escalators onto the platform. It's probably a good time to tell you that the 2 line was scheduled to open to Seattle in 2023, but since has been delayed to 2026. It was supposed to open around this time. However, due to delays over the Homer M. Bradley Bridge, which includes the world's first floating light rail bridge, this project has been delayed to next year. Once you're on the platform, make sure you know where you're going. As you can see right now, both platforms are heading to downtown Redmond Station. This is because South Bellevue Station is currently the terminus station for the 2 line. Now as you can see here, this train is departing in 1 minute. Now to board, you have 2 ways. You can press this button, it'll open the doors, or you can wait for the driver to open all doors.
The train to downtown Redmond. This is the 2 line.
And that's about it. Now here are some rider tips. Those yellow bollards are where 2 cars would typically be joined, which means no doors will open in that section. Always try to stand somewhat between those 2 bollards. As you can see, there's one farther down there. Always stand between those 2 so that you can have easy access to the door. Now I wanted to take a moment to address your guys' safety concerns about Link Light Rail. Now I don't ride Link every day, but I do ride it enough to know what it feels like. The 2 line is completely safe. There's nobody riding it. Okay, maybe a few people. The 1 line, on the other hand, is a bit different. Overall, it's very safe on Link, and I wouldn't worry too much about any trip. However, there are some things to just kind of be aware of. For example, if you are getting off in the downtown stations or in Rainier Valley, just be aware when you're exiting the train. There are security personnel within the stations and within the train, but just keep an eye out as you should. Now, is Link more dangerous than driving? I'd argue it isn't, because when you're taking Link, you have a much less chance of getting in an accident compared to driving. Now, of course, Link Light Rail, you're sharing the train with a lot of other people, but generally that's not an issue, as most riders in Seattle are commuters or other people such as tourists. Now here are a few more tips about taking Link Light Rail. When you are taking the Link and you can't find any seats near the door, proceed to the middle segments between the 2 cars right here. Because this segment is less accessible, this means that less passengers will be crowding the area. Now at terminus stations, make sure you're on the right platform. See, at South Bellevue Station, on this board we can see the downtown Redmond train is arriving in 19 and 39 minutes. However, if you come to the other side, you'll find that a train is coming in 9 and 29 minutes. That's because the train alternates platforms between tracks 1 and 2, which means sometimes there might be 2 trains at the platform. Want to pay attention to which train is departing first. These LCD displays will tell you which train is departing first so that you don't end up waiting for, well, 10 minutes. Now I chose to record at South Bellevue Station to minimize disturbances to other passengers. Now South Bellevue Station is very similar to many other elevated stations, typically with the center platform and tracks on both sides. Now, there are underground stations like Westlake, Pioneer Square, A Symphony, U District, University of Washington, Roosevelt Station, and Beacon Hill. Now, there are also stations at grade, which means on ground level, such as Rainier Beach, Othello, etc. Now, those stations are much more simpler. You just cross the street and walk onto the platform. Now, for the underground stations, well, it depends. If you are in downtown Seattle, then you are actually entering a bus station that was converted into a link station. This is because buses used to run in the downtown Seattle Transit Tunnel before in 2009, link trains shared the tunnel with buses. Then, in 2019, buses were removed from the tunnel in order to make room for the opening of the 2 line. So those stations are typically more complicated with many entrances and exits and a upper mezzanine level. If you ever get lost or don't know where to go, just ask a security member. They should be walking around to help passengers. You can also find someone wearing a Ask Me vest from Sound Transit. Those people are there to help passengers. As you can see, this is the 550 Express to Seattle. Once 2 line finally opens up to Seattle and Linwood, the 550 service will be cut. Stay tuned for a Eastlink Connections video where I will explain all new bus cuts, additions, and how Link service will shape the bus service in the east side. Some stations are park and rides. As you can see, in South Bellevue Station, this garage holds about 1,500 cars. There used to be a park and ride that only served 500 cars, but because of the link extension, they built a new garage. Thanks for watching.